And after the earthquake, a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a sound of sheer silence.
I just want to understand life and the human further than I can, but the time runs away. I don't have much time left.
Но мысль такая, что для деспотов...
The thought is this: for tyrants, control of the people is a virtue. The USSR, for example. Yes, but with many regimes, when the people are silent, that's the best way. Oh, I know. Okay, I'm gonna make this chair. I'll take it apart, deconstruct it, then put it together so it's really uncomfortable to sit on. It's gonna be like environmental commentary. So I'll surround the chair with all this crap you'd find in the ocean because it's so polluted. Right, maybe throw in some smells. Well, the person's gonna end up a fish, and they'll be so uncomfortable they'll have to be aware of the issues. Like pollution.
Up art? I didn't know I was making up art. I was trying to understand how I see, how we see altogether. I was possessed by my work and my ability or lack of it to see.
Вот я лично знал человека, которого...
I personally knew someone who was put in a camp, in a concentration camp, because he told a joke about Stalin or about the regime. I don't remember. He told it to a group of 3 of his friends, but one of those friends was an agent of the government. Secret agent. Oh, his last name was Nikitin. He was a teacher. You know, I used to love to draw. Oh, but what I really want to do is get into people's heads with my art in a way that drawing can't. My art's going to interact with the viewer. Literally. And you know what else? Art's been passed down from women in my family. My mom and her mom before that. They're both really passionate about art like I am. My grandpa didn't want my mom going to the Cleveland Institute of Art, though. You know, because being an artist isn't a real career or anything. Maybe it's because of my history with it, but I've always been drawn to it. It's the only thing I feel really comfortable doing. To make art, you have to open your mind and push all your thoughts and emotions and ideas and really dedicate yourself to an idea. Knowing more about art is really knowing more about life itself.
There are a lot of other temptations to do something else, landscapes or something like that. But then it is entertainment, not the idea of clarification, something you started. I don't have the time for entertainment. So I'm envious. It's not because I couldn't do it, but the time is the issue.
Были 3 человека, которые, где он рассказал этот анекдот.
The year was 1956. I was sent to Karaganda in Kazakhstan. It was very far from home. I had finished university and I was sent to a specific place for a job. It's not like the United States where you search for a job. The place is chosen for you. But this is probably not very important. There were a lot of people who were sent away from the big cities, Moscow, St. Petersburg. The farther the better, so they wouldn't act out. So less people were able to talk with each other. Anyways, the friend who told the joke, he was, of course, punished. Yes, Nikitin was severely punished. But then they punished the other, the second friend. Do you know for what? Because he stayed silent and didn't carry the message. Silence incriminated him. Anyways, we're all really different. But in the end, we're all connected by this one passion that we've had forever. It's the same passion. It's what drives all artists. I look past the art student Anne-Marie's worn beanie at Stanczak's constellation in red. A million painted squares radiate from the walls. I see a moving, fluctuating, undulating picture. I see tiny squares in every gradation of color. Layers and layers of paint protrude neatly from the walls. But more than that, I see the night sky, bright with stars and painted red. Stanczak's gruff voice ricochets from the tiny theater in the basement museum. Then it is entertainment, not the idea of clarification. The time. I perceive the cosmos through the lens of a telescope, shrouded in a red translucent film. Whether it is Stanczak's telescope or my own, I'm not sure, and don't think it matters. Only that, for what might be the first time, I think of my smallness and strangeness compared to the collection of glowing red stars cast in the night sky.
And stand on the mountain in the presence of the Lord, for the Lord is about to pass by.
Two men sport trim, identical suits, fastened only at a button. Amopensias is frozen in his practiced smile, not arrogant, but slightly proud. Robert Wilson stands so far in the background that his face, a white slate with two black hollows.
Came a fire,
And after the
but the
earthquake,
Lord
a
was
fire,
not in the fire.
but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still, small voice. It is Crawford Hill, northeastern New Jersey. They stand in front of the Bell Labs horn radio antenna. Using that antenna, they study radio emissions from the Milky Way. In 1965, the two men were trying to clear the antenna, and after the earth shock, a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire, and after the fire, the sound of a soft breath. They went looking for silence. Instead, they found noise, a never-ending primal mad hum. The two men considered military testing, killed nesting birds in the antenna, but the noise persisted in every direction. The two men had discovered the residue of the Big Bang, low background radiation that pervaded the universe. And after the earthquake, a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire, and after the fire, through silence, a truth is found.